caught me putting my peppermint in my mouth. Welcome to yoga this afternoon. We are doing a chakra balancing flow. And before we get started, just want to take a moment to say thank you for joining me here on Facebook for our Friday yoga classes and Tuesday morning low impact classes for these past 3.5 months. It's been wonderful to be able to continue teaching regular classes in this non-regular way. But hi, Taryn. Today is our last Friday yoga class because starting next week, I will be teaching a Tuesday morning class, an 80s style aerobics workout Tuesday mornings and Zumba Gold Friday mornings at Oakdean Park in Kempville. And as I've been telling you guys for a while now, these classes have been brought to you by the town of Kempville, where I am their on-staff fitness instructor, or an on-staff. I don't know if I'm the only one, to be honest. So they have been paying me my regular class fee and not charging any of you for the last 3.5 months, which has been absolutely amazing of them. But we now are able to do some outdoor classes, so that's what we're going to do. So if you are local and you have some time off during the day, hopefully I will see you on a Tuesday or Friday morning for one of those classes. And I posted about them yesterday. I will post about them again before Tuesday for anyone who wants to join us. But today we're going to finish off with a chakra balancing flow, and I'm going to grab us a playlist and then we're going to get started. So let's make sure I get a yoga playlist and not a Zumba playlist, because those are two very different music situations. Share, copy link. So this class will be a little different than one we normally do. I usually follow the same general format, and today I am not following that format playlist. So we're going to be doing a general warm-up, and then I just added a playlist somewhere. I don't think it was in the right place. We're going to be doing a general warm-up, and then we will be doing variations on sun salutations, variations that will stimulate each of the different chakras. So let's head over to our mats and we'll lie down. We'll begin in a lying position. Like we often do. Knees bent or legs outstretched, whichever feels more comfortable for you right now. Allowing your eyes to close and just relaxing into your mat. Maybe letting your knees sway a little bit side to side, seeing how that feels for your low body, for your low back. As we allow ourselves these first few minutes to just come to a place of rest, regardless of what's going on in our minds or what we have left to do today. Carving out this time for you, super important. And I always find at the end of a chakra balancing class that while I don't really know if my chakras are balanced, I just feel good. I really enjoy the pace of this style class. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. It's not challenging, but it's not too easy. It's just right in the middle. And for those who aren't familiar with the chakras, we have 7 that run basically the length of our spine, starting right at the base of the tailbone and rolling all the way up to the base or top of our head. Chakras are different energy centers that coincide with some nerve ganglia that come off of our spinal column. So if you were to look at a picture of our nerves, our nervous system, you would see a ganglia, a big pile of nerves down at the base of your tailbone. That's your root chakra. Then coming up to your sacrum, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. So the crown obviously is associated with the brain more so, but those energy centers, whether you want to think of them as energy centers, a little spinning orbs, or if you want to think about them just as those nerve endings that are physically, we can physically see them inside of our body when we look at an anatomy poster. So maybe you want to think about the fact that this flow is going to help stimulate each of those. Maybe you like the more physical sense a bit more than the woo-woo. That's fine. Whatever works for you. Maybe you just want to enjoy the movement and not think anything else of it. And that is cool too. So let's start to introduce a little bit of movement. We're just going to exhale as we draw one knee in. Inhale as we bring that leg back out. Exhale, draw the opposite leg in. Inhale, extend. I will warn you that my legs are very sore from teaching yesterday. So I might fall right over. I don't think so, but I may whine and moan a little bit as we go through here. Let's do one more either side. And it's also possible that we might go a little bit over our 1 hour mark. I didn't actually time how long this flow was going to take. So last one. And then let's bring both knees in, hugging our knees in towards our chest. Again, maybe rocking a little side to side if that feels good. Maybe drawing that circular shape in the air with your knees. One direction, and then the other. Then we'll gently place our feet back down onto the floor. We're going to lower our knees to one side. Use our arms to help us come up onto our hands and knees. Making our way into cat and cow. Exhaling as we arch our back up, dropping through the chin, dropping through the tailbone. Then inhale as we lift, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhaling as we arch. Inhaling as we lift. Taking your time. And then coming back to neutral, let's come into our spinal balance. So extending one arm and the opposite leg out. Gently lowering down and then to the other side. Just slowly and at your own pace, alternating from side to side. Did you hear my throat gurgle? Because it did. Again. Oh, one more time. And then it's time as you lower down, let's sink back into child's pose. And then from child's pose, we're going to inhale forward into kneeling plank. Exhale, sinking back to child's pose. Inhaling forward. Exhale, sinking. I'm going to do this a few times. One more. This time we're going to hang out in child's pose for a couple breaths. And then whenever you feel ready, we're going to spread our fingers nice and wide, start to lift our hips, tucking our toes, pressing up and back. Downward facing dog, walking our feet in place. Starting to open up through those calf muscles a little bit. Then slowly walking your feet forward, coming to a forward fold, letting your head and arms hang heavy. Bending through the knees. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Rolling our shoulders, pressing our thumbs into our sternum. We're going to start our journey through the chakras with chakra 1, our root chakra. As I said earlier, it's at the base of our spine, or the tip of our tailbone. And the color associated with the first chakra is red. So as we go through these movements, maybe you want to think about your low abdomen and be sure that we're talking about down here, not our sacrum, in a red color. Taking a couple more breaths. I might have to go adjust the camera a little bit because we're going to lose my arms when I extend them. But we're going to inhale, reaching up nice and tall. You stay here. And then on your exhale, forward fold. I'm just going to come adjust this camera a tiny, tiny bit. There. So you'll have a little bit more of my arms. Forward fold. And then we're going to step back with our left knee into a straight knee lunge. Then stepping back to down dog. Lowering down to our knees, sinking back to extended child's pose. On our next inhale, starting to lift our hips, tucking our toes, pressing back, downward facing dog. This time, stepping the left foot forward into that straight knee lunge. Stepping the right foot in to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, and as we exhale, coming all the way up to standing, hands coming back to heart center, closing our eyes. One more time, thinking about that bright, bright red. And as we move our focus from the first chakra to our second chakra, that's our sacral chakra, the color associated with the sacral chakra is orange. So our hands are still here in Anjali Mudra, in prayer position at heart center. We're going to keep our hands together as we inhale, reaching our arms up, nice and tall. Inhale, and as we exhale, forward fold. Stepping back with our left foot. Then lowering that left knee, we're going to bring our right hand to the inside of the right foot, maybe heel toeing our right foot out to the side a little bit, coming into either dragon or lizard with that back knee lifted or lowered, whichever you prefer. Staying up nice and tall, or if you choose, if it feels good for you, coming down onto one forearm or both. If you are down onto the forearms, go ahead, press back up onto the hands. We're going to tuck the back toes. We're going to press everything back to down dog. From down dog, lowering to all fours. Coming to cat and cow. Thinking again about that sacrum, that flat bone at the back of your pelvis. This is where our creativity lies. Then we're going to inhale forward, kneeling plank. Exhale, sinking down, and we're going to press up into cobra. So I'm going to suggest just that mid-back cobra where we're on our forearms. Looking forward, relax those shoulders, relax your jaws. Then gently lower down, take a breath or two, then pressing back to child's pose. As we lift up, we're going to step that left foot forward. And we're going to bring our left hand to the inside of the left foot, finding our way into either lizard or dragon. Once again, your choice to come down onto one or two forearms, if that feels okay for your back. And then we're going to tuck those back toes, bring your hands back, come back up onto your hands, and we're going to press back to down dog. Taking a couple steps forward, finding your way into forward fold. Bending through the knees, inhale, coming up nice and tall, reaching your arms up overhead, pressing your palms together, and slowly bringing your hands down to heart center, returning to mountain and Anjali Mudra. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. As we begin to shift our focus from chakra 2 to chakra 3, which is located at our solar plexus. It's more in this general area. We're going to begin by lacing our fingers, reaching our arms up overhead, and then leaning to the side, coming into a lateral flexion, trying to keep your palms together. Slowly lifting up out of your rib cage and to the other side. Let's do that one more time, either direction. Lifting up, keep those palms pressed together as we come to the side. Lifting up one more time and to the right or left, depending on what side you're on. Let's come back up nice and tall, releasing your fingers, forward fold. Let's step the left foot back, lower the knee into kneeling lunge. We're going to come up nice and tall. We're going to energetically reach through our fingertips, opening through our chest. Slowly lower down. Because I just got myself mixed up, I moved right on to chakra 4. So we are going to tuck the back toes. We're going to ground through the heel and lift up into warrior 1. We only got off track by one pose, so that's not too bad. From warrior 1, we're going to sweep open into warrior 2. Warrior 2 coming forward into an extended side angle. From side angle, we're going to pivot on the back foot. Bring our hands down to the mat, stepping back into plank. Pressing back to down dog. This time stepping the left foot forward. Grounding through the right heel, lifting up. Warrior 1. From warrior 1, opening up. Warrior 2. From Warrior 2 into side angle, let me just adjust my mic here. From side angle, pivoting on the feet, hands coming down, stepping back, plank. Then finally stepping your feet in, forward fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing, hands coming down to heart center. Roll your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your eyes. As we press our thumbs into our sternum, we move from that third chakra up to our fourth, which is our heart chakra. Heart chakra is green in color. And we're going to lace our fingers together. We're going to bring our hands up behind our head, cupping our head. We inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to come into a chest expansion, opening through our elbows. If this is too uncomfortable, of course, just ease out of it. Inhale, and as we exhale, releasing your hands, forward fold. Now we're going to step back with that left foot, dropping the left knee. Had a little preview of this when I got confused earlier. We're going to come up, reaching back through our fingertips, or if it's okay for you, lacing your fingers, bringing your palms together, coming into that chest expansion. From lunge, we're going to relax or release our fingers rather. Bring our hands down to the mat, stepping back to down dog. From down dog, we're going to go from a dog to a puppy. So we're going to lower down to our knees, relaxing our feet. We're going to leave our bums sort of stuck in the air as we come down onto our forearms. And maybe gently rest our forehead or our head on the mat. But our arms are holding the bulk of the weight. And from here, coming up, gently lowering yourself down to your mat, then pressing up onto your forearms, back to that Sphinx pose. Feeling throughout these poses that opening that's happening through our chest, maybe envisioning your heart glowing green. Let's gently lower down, hands under our shoulders. We're going to start to press up, tuck our toes, lifting right up to down dog. And then stepping that left foot forward, lowering the right knee, coming back to our kneeling lunge, reaching through those fingertips. Or again, maybe lacing the fingers, bringing the palms together. Or maybe scratching our nose. Gently release the fingers. Hands come down to the mat, tucking the back toes, stepping in. Forward fold. Inhale as we exhale, come all the way up to standing. Our arms reach up. Then reach right behind our head, lacing our fingers, opening up. And then letting our hands find their way back to heart center. Closing our eyes. As we begin to move our focus up to our 5th chakra, which is our throat chakra. The color of our throat chakra is blue. And you may notice red, orange, yellow, green, blue goes the same colors as the color spectrum. I'm embarrassed to tell you how long it took me to realize that. So thinking about our throat chakra, if you ever felt like you just physically couldn't speak or that words were getting caught in your throat, things like that, that is an energetic imbalance through your throat chakra. So the poses that we're going to be doing through here are going to be moving through our throats. Our first position is going to be to lace our fingers, but this time we're going to press the palms away. And as we press, we're going to be pressing up overhead. So we're lifting our chin, we're exposing our throat, getting some of that energy beginning to move. And when you think about it, we don't necessarily think about moving our throats or exposing our throats. So I think it's pretty natural that this is an area where people tend to have more of an imbalance. From our extended mountain, let's forward fold. We're going to step back with our left foot, lowering the knee, coming up to kneeling lunge. Again, lacing those fingers, reaching your arms up overhead. Hands gently find their way back to the mat. Stepping back, we're going to come into a pose I don't generally do because it feels a little ridiculous, and that is a lion pose. So we're on all fours, and we're going to lift our head and stick out our tongue like a lion. If you wish, you can make a lion's noise. I make a fool of myself enough that I don't need to be in a room by myself recording myself doing that. But if I wasn't recording, I would totally do it. So we're going to lift the head and stick our tongue out and then come back to neutral. Lift the head, kind of like we're coming into cow, but sticking our tongue out. Back to neutral. One more time. Back to neutral. Stepping our left foot forward, this time coming into that kneeling lunge on the opposite side, lacing our fingers, pressing up overhead. Then bringing our hands down to our mat, stepping the left foot in to meet the right. Inhale to prepare. As we exhale, coming all the way up, standing, lacing our fingers, pressing the palms away. And bringing our hands down. And before we move on, here at the throat chakra, I want you to take your hands and rub them together, get them nice and warm. And then just gently, don't pretend that you're strangling yourself, but even just one hand in the front, one hand in the back, or side to side. I think this is the most comfortable. Just bring the heels of your palms together, just warming up your throat area. Taking a few big breaths. One more. And as we exhale, relaxing our hands down, rolling our shoulders, closing our eyes. As we begin to let thoughts of that throat chakra dissolve and bringing our attention up higher to our brow chakra, or our third eye area right between our eyebrows. The color for your 6th chakra is indigo. And as we open our eyes, we're going to come into steeple fingers, otherwise known as Charlie's Angels. So, steeple fingers, we're going to reach up overhead, almost envisioning as though we also can call it our unicorn horn, that as we look up, it just lifts straight up. And let's be truthful here. Unicorns are magical creatures, as are we. So if you want to think of this as your unicorn horn, please do. From this extended mountain, we're going to fold forward. Stepping back with the left foot, bringing our knee to the floor. Charlie's Angels. Hands come down to the mat. Stepping the right foot back. And we're going to come into puppy pose again. This time, I really want you to focus on making a connection with your forehead. So if the floor feels a little far away, grab your block or a book or something like that so that you can place your forehead right in that third eye area, right on the mat. I am using a block because there's no room for my forehead on the mat with this microphone on. Maybe rocking your forehead a little bit side to side, not only stimulating the vagus nerve, but also the 6th chakra. From this version of child's pose or puppy pose, we're going to lift up, maybe setting our block to the side as we press back to downward facing dog. Thinking again about that energy center projecting right from your forehead. Comes right back to that Care Bear stare, but this time between your eyes. From down dog, coming forward, plank, lower down to your knees. We're going to sink down, roll our shoulders, lift our palms, finding our version of cobra. Slowly lower down, pressing back up to all fours, stepping the left foot forward. Charlie's Angels, reaching up. Bringing our hands down, stepping in to forward fold. From forward fold, we're going to come all the way up to standing. Charlie's Angels or unicorn, whatever visualization helps you, overhead. Then gently float your hands down, finding your way to heart center once again, closing your eyes and taking a moment just to let that third eye chakra movement sink in. As we move to the 7th chakra, our crown chakra, the color is white or violet. It can kind of vary depending on the chart. Doesn't really matter. If you're going with Roy G. Biv, it's obviously violet. So this chakra really isn't your brain, as I said at the early beginning of class. It's just like your higher self. So it's just above your head, just above the crown of your head. So a pose that you probably are aware of that's really good for the 7th chakra is like a headstand. We are not doing that. I am Headstands are not something I do. When you have a brother who's a quadriplegic from a broken neck, headstands are not something you're interested in. So we're still going to be doing some poses that stimulate our head. And a lot of those are just inversions. So we're going to go from, get off track. We're going to go to our chest expansion. So we're going to think of yourself at the top of a mountain. You've just climbed to the top of a mountain and you feel like you are the king or queen of the world, and you just throw your arms open and you look up to the sky. You feel like you're the highest creature on earth, and you're just taking a moment to bask in that feeling. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into a forward fold, and we're going to lift up into monkey or flat back, bringing our hands to our shins. Gently lower down. We're going to step back with our left foot, but we're not going to drop the knee this time. We're going to engage through the core. We're going to come up nice and tall. And we're once again going to have that feeling opening up. And this is going to be your challenge, is you're then going to come forward. You're going to wrap your arms around your leg and give it a hug. Slowly come back up. Ooh, told you it was a challenge. Bringing our hands down to the mat, stepping back, lowering to our knees. And I'm going to demonstrate this the best I can with this microphone. We're going to come down onto our forearms, and we're going to place the base of your head just ever so slightly, or the crown of your head rather, ever so slightly on the floor. So my arms are holding my weight, and I should have enough room between my skull and the mat that I could slide a piece of paper so you can feel that your hair is touching the mat, but the weight of your head is not in your head, or it's not on the mat. And we can choose to stay here, or if it's okay for you, maybe tucking your back toes, lifting up into dolphin. Now my head is not on the floor at all. We slowly lower down to our knees. Press back to child's pose. From child's pose, we're going to make our way to downward facing dog. This time stepping our left foot forward, engaging through our core, coming up into Crescent Lunge, then opening your arms, having that proud mountain moment. And then when you feel ready, coming down, giving your thigh a hug. It did carry you up that mountain after all. Coming back up. And then being careful, but stepping forward to forward fold. Lifting up to monkey, thinking about the top of your head, projecting energy forward. Bending through your knees all the way up to standing. And once again, opening the chest at the top of that mountain. Feeling proud and energized because you have, in a sense, climbed your own mountain. We've climbed through the 7 main energy centers, our 7 chakras. Let's gently bring our hands down, rolling our shoulders, palms facing forward, with our eyes still closed. as we take a moment to walk through those chakras from our root chakra at the base of our tailbone, envisioning the color red. So envision our entire body filled with red energy. Then moving up to our sacral chakra, the second chakra. The color is orange. Envisioning our entire body filled with orange energy. And then lifting a little further to the solar plexus, our third chakra, the color yellow. So envisioning again, this time your body's filled with yellow energy, bright yellow energy, like the happiest sunflower you can imagine. From our solar plexus, coming up a few more inches to our heart chakra, our fourth chakra, the color green, the color of abundance, thinking about a luscious green garden, feeling the love that goes into each beautiful green plant in that garden. From our heart, lifting up to our fifth chakra, our throat chakra, the color blue, knowing that you have a voice and you deserve to be heard, as does everyone else. Visioning your entire body filled with blue energy. It's a dark blue energy, maybe the color of the ocean. From your throat chakra, coming up to your sixth, your brow, your third eye. Remember that color is indigo. So thinking about maybe that dark inky sky, that purpley blue color, filling your entire body. And then finally, our seventh chakra, our crown chakra, thinking of violet or white. You know how sometimes in different light, something that's white can look violet and vice versa. Not to get into that, is it black or is it white gold dress situation, but thinking about that crown around your head glowing white or violet, and there's just a lifting straight up to the skies. You're feeling that expansive energy because you've just climbed that huge mountain. You feel so proud, feeling that pride throughout your being. And then when you're ready, taking a deep breath in, let's exhale, forward fold, coming down to our hands and knees, sinking back to child's pose. Just taking a couple moments as we start to unwind and move into final relaxation. We're going to go through a few more poses first. The first of which is going to be cat and cow. So what I want you to think about now as we go into cat and cow is how we are moving through all 7 chakras when we're moving through a pose like cat and cow, one that spans the whole length of our spine, starting from the tip of our tailbone to the top of our head. So we start by activating that first chakra and then arching up second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and finally the 7th. And then lifting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just gently and slowly take your time, maybe lighting up each of those in order as you go. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. One more time. And slowly coming back to neutral, let's lower our hip to one side, make our way into butterfly. So letting go of our concerns about the chakras for now, and just coming into a few poses before we make our way into final relaxation. So butterfly is beautiful. It can be most any of those colors of the chakras, so you can still relate it if you wish, but staying lifted through the chest, maybe hinging at the hip. Thinking now as we go through poses, how it can stimulate different chakras. So here, chakra 2, because we're right at that pelvic area. But as we stay open, we're impacting chakra 4. And back up nice and tall. Let's open up our legs. Feet are flexed and just walk our fingertips forward until we feel as much as we want to feel. Again, we want to keep our heart lifted. Slowly come up. We're going to bring our legs in. We're going to find our version. Oh my gosh, my pants are so dirty. Where did I get all this dirt? We're going to come into our version of double pigeon. So maybe today your version of double pigeon just looks like a seated figure 4. I shouldn't say just. Maybe your version of double pigeon looks like a seated figure 4. Maybe you feel like you can go a little bit deeper today and you want to bring that bottom leg in, keeping those feet flexed. Perhaps you've come this far, but you're feeling a little bit like that leg's hanging out in limbo by itself. Maybe you want to put a block under the thigh or between the knee and the ankle so that you have a bit more support. You can always do that. And maybe you want to come forward, but I just discovered that I don't want to come forward. I would rather stay right here. So remember, we always have to make adjustments on our poses based on how we are feeling that day. It's so easy to feel like we always have to make progress and do a little bit more challenge version of a pose each time we do it, but that is not serving us well. We need to stay in tune with what's going on with you. And I told you earlier, my legs are really pretty sore from 2 strength classes yesterday. I'm not going to do any service to my body by pushing it deeper into this pose today. If anything, I'm probably going to do a disservice, maybe even injure. So really important that we keep on top of these things and we don't just let our minds take over, because sometimes our mind doesn't have our best interest in heart. We all know that. Sometimes our mind can go a little bit crazy on its own. All right, let's come out of this. We're going to come into our version of double pigeon on the other side. So extending that right leg, crossing that left ankle. Maybe I didn't demonstrate this on the first side, but maybe you're just crossing your ankle over your shin. Maybe it's coming above the knee. And maybe you feel like on this side, you can come into that double pigeon, that deeper variation or expression. That's the word I'm looking for, the deeper expression. Once again, it's up to you if you want to come forward. Now on this side, it feels pretty okay, so I might come a little bit. I need to turn off that reminder on my Fitbit that tells me at 10 minutes to the hour how many steps I have left, because it always freaks me out. Let's slowly come back up. Unwind our legs. Take a moment if you want to put on socks or sweater or anything like that before you lie down. Please give yourself that opportunity. And then we're going to lie back. We are still going to do a couple more poses, but just a couple gentle twists. And we're going to keep our knees bent. We're going to cross one ankle over the opposite thigh. It doesn't matter which one. Bringing our arms out to the side. And then you're going to lower your leg towards the side just as far as it wants to go naturally. So there's going to be a point where you feel a little pull in that opposite hip, and that's where you're going to stay. This is more of a hip stretch. It's a very low lumbar spinal twist. Gently coming up, placing that foot down, crossing the opposite ankle over the thigh, and then lowering the other direction. I'm going to run out of space, so I'm not going to go very far on this side. But again, you should probably feel a bit of a stretch right in through here. And then slowly lift back up. Let's bring our feet to the floor. And then bend the knees in, hug the legs in, rock a little side to side. And if you're drawing that circular shape, make sure you go both directions. Then when you're ready, go ahead and bring your feet down to the floor. Maybe you're feeling like it would be beneficial for you to do a bit of a natural psoas release today. And if that's the case, if you're feeling heaviness in your legs or your low back, maybe just walk your feet a little bit further forward and spend your final relaxation right here in that constructive rest where your psoas can just use gravity to help it relax. If you're feeling pretty good and you'd rather come into final relaxation, Shavasana, or reclining butterfly, or as long as you don't have any heart conditions, high blood pressure, are pregnant, or have any eye or sinus issues, if you want to go into legs up the wall, that might be an enjoyable position to be in. I'm just going to demo that. Since I'm right here at the wall, you would just come into a bit of a fetal position after you run into the door at the side of the wall. And then you just turn, get stuck on the door. And your bum doesn't have to be right up against the wall. Mine is, but you can be a bit further back so it's less of a 90-degree angle, more of a, 120, 140, whatever. So whatever position feels like it will be right for you, that is a position I want you to find. Closing your eyes, softening your gaze if you don't wish to have your eyes closed. Beginning to bring your attention on your breath. We're going to finish our class with a chakra balancing meditation. So if it's comfortable for you, I want you to turn your palms so they're facing upward because that can be a bit more beneficial. We want to start by taking some long, slow, deep breaths. And as you inhale, visualize your breath traveling down, filling your lungs. And as you exhale, see your breath traveling up and out. Each breath takes you deeper into relaxation, and each breath helps release tension and stress. Now we move our focus down to our root chakra. Visualize that chakra at the base of your spine opening like a flower. See this open, vibrant red flower as a bright red ball spinning in a clockwise direction. As you inhale, see your breath as a rich, vibrant red. And as you exhale, see your breath flowing up and out of your body in that same color. Now see the rich, vibrant red energy of the root chakra flowing down through your legs and out through your feet, flowing deep into the earth like a tree sprouting its roots. These roots are connecting and attaching you to the earth, helping you to be grounded. Now, moving our focus to our sacral chakra, visualize that chakra at the base of our sacrum opening as though to meet the sun. It's a full orange, beautiful spinning ball. Now as we inhale, we see the breath as a rich, vibrant orange color. And as we exhale, we see the breath flowing out at that same color. Next, we move to our third chakra, the solar plexus, visualizing this chakra opening just above our navel like a pure yellow flower, like a beautiful sunflower. Its petals opening wide, folding back, revealing its beauty. See this vibrant electric yellow as a ball spinning clockwise. As we inhale, see your breath as a rich electric yellow. And as you exhale, seeing the breath leaving your body, it's a vibrant, pure yellow. Next, moving to our heart chakra, visualizing the chakra opening at the center of our chest like a beautiful, fresh green flower. Now see this beautiful green flower as a bright, vibrant green ball spinning clockwise. As we focus on the heart chakra, inhale and see your breath as fresh, electric green. And as we exhale, see the breath flowing up and out as a deep, rich green. Finding our way to the throat chakra, visualize the chakra opening in the center of your throat. See this beautiful blue flower as a bright, vibrant ball spinning clockwise. As we inhale, see your breath as a deep, vibrant blue. And as we exhale, see that breath leaving as a beautiful electric blue. Now moving to our third eye, visualizing that chakra between the eyebrows opening up like a beautiful indigo flower. Now see this flower as a bright, vibrant indigo ball spinning clockwise. As we inhale, see the breath as a deep indigo color. And as we exhale, seeing the breath flowing out, that same deep indigo. Seeing our third eye as deep indigo energy spinning clockwise. Visualize yourself sitting on an indigo chair in an all indigo room. You can see there is a window in the room. You can see yourself looking out the window. You can see yourself gazing out at the universe and the stars. Now let the scene in the window become what it is that your intuition wishes you to see. And finally, visualize the chakra opening on the top of your head like a beautiful, vibrant violet flower opening to the sun. Seeing this beautiful flower as a vibrant violet ball spinning clockwise. Inhale and see your breath as vibrant violet. As you exhale, see the breath flowing down and out as a rich violet. Finally, see the seventh chakra transform into a beautiful violet flower that opens slowly, and you see it is a beautiful lotus. And as you look at the open lotus, you can sense the magnificent energies of the universe flowing throughout you. Then visualize a brilliant electric silvery white light flowing down from the sky, down through your crown chakra, flowing down your spine through each of the other chakras and out through your feet. The energy reaching deep into Mother Earth. Now relax, enjoy that sensation, and when you're ready, take 3 long, deep, slow breaths in and out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Just take one last deep breath in together. And as we exhale, sealing our practice with the light in me honors and respects the light in you. We seal our practice with namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed our class. As I said at the start, this is our last Friday class because as of next week, I will be teaching Tuesday and Fridays in the park in Council. So Tuesdays are going to be an 80s style aerobics workout. Fridays are going to be Zumba Gold. If you want to continue practicing yoga with me, I do have virtual classes that are going all throughout the summer. And you can send me a message and I will be posting about those in the next week or so as well. I have a new one starting a week from Monday. There's going to be yoga for mental health, which is going to be amazing. I'd love to see some of you there. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope that you feel a little bit balanced, even if you felt like things went a little bit crazy there with meditation. Sometimes you just got to embrace the crazy. I hope you enjoyed it at any rate and have a great day. And I will see you again soon. Bye.